Alright, welcome to this tutorial on how to build a DeepSeek AI SMS agent in under 10 minutes. And if you're not familiar with DeepSeek, it is the OpenAI ChatGPT killer. But in this video, I'm not going to take you through the details on what DeepSeek is, what it's all about, why it's better than everything else. There's so many other videos that you can watch on YouTube about that fact, but here in this video and on my channel, we just show you practical solutions on how to use the latest AI tools and models to actually make money with them. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what you care about if you're watching this video. It's about how do you actually monetize DeepSeek? How do you use it to actually build agents? And that's what we're going to cover in this video. But just to summarize, it's cheaper, faster, and it's yielding better results than a lot of the other LLMs. So it's very exciting to use, and there's a lot of hype around it as well. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how I've used it to set up an AI SMS agent. It's very simple. The objective is to respond to lead inquiries instantly via SMS. And the niche that I just picked for this example is like a restaurant staff member who can answer questions about a restaurant, but you can pick this for any niche, of course. And the structure is SMS comes in, the response goes to DeepSeek, and then the output goes back out via SMS. So very simple. The softwares that we're going to be using here are obviously going to be DeepSeek, and the way that I'm going to connect it is make.com. And in order for us to send the SMSs, we're going to be using Go High Level, but specifically my version of Go High Level, which is Hexona Systems. I've white labeled it. I've also built upon it and made it very friendly for automation agencies. People like yourself probably who want to use High Level but geared towards AI and automation. That's what Hexona Systems is for. And now, of course, you can use the same logic without High Level. You can probably just use Twilio on its own and use SendGrid or some random thing that you want to set up by yourself. But High Level is the king to me. It can basically do everything that I need in one central platform. That's why I use it. That's why I continue to use it. And that's why my channel is focused around it. And if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Hamza Beg. I go by Hamza Automates on social platforms. I'm the owner of Hexona Systems, which is an award-winning 7-figure AI automation agency. You can see me winning my awards here. So I won the Platinum SaaSpreneur Award, showcasing that I have over 500 active clients that are using my platform. I'm in the top 50 out of 60,000 high-level agencies able to achieve this. But the unique part about my story is I also won their Affiliate Award, meaning that not only have I done this successfully for myself, but I've been able to do this for other people as well. So my tutorials, my programs, and my courses actually do work. And speaking of courses, I'm the founder of the Automation Incubator, which is my program. It's my school community with over 22,000 members. So we're one of the biggest and fastest growing automation communities on planet Earth. And the crazy part about this is that it's completely free. All of my courses and programs are free, so you can access all the tutorials that we have, including what I'm going to walk you through here in this video. So you can access that through the classroom. We also have a bunch of different wins, like people closing their first clients for over $4,000. So you know that this business model does work, and I have the awards and the track record to show that. All of that only to say I know what I'm talking about, and you should really listen throughout this video. And now the first thing I want to clarify is for the past few days, I've been trying to access DeepSeek's API key, but because of some malicious attacks or whatever is going on in their organization, they've shut that down basically. So you haven't been able to access their API key, which is why I haven't made a video about this, ages ago. But I have found a workaround which I'm going to share throughout this video, and you watching this have a very, very unique opportunity because no one else really knows about this. So if you can follow this, figure this out, and use DeepSeek to your advantage, then everyone else waiting for this API to be back up and running will be miles behind you if you can act on this quickly. So the platform that we're going to be using is called Groq Cloud. It's not the same Groq as Twitter. It's Groq Cloud. So I recommend you sign up for that. It's completely free. But the unique benefit of that is one, they give you their API keys for free, so you can use that. And the other benefit, of course, is that it has DeepSeek as a model built into it, which we can use. And that's exactly what we're going to be using to set this up. So I highly recommend that you sign up for Groq. It's free. It'll take a couple seconds. All right, so let's get started with step one, sending that initial SMS. How are we setting up this SMS functionality beforehand? So we're going to be using Go High Level, which is obviously my version, which is Hexona Systems here, which you can get access to if you want. But I'm going to show you the automation structure that I've built to take advantage of this. So I've called it the DeepSeek Master, which I'm going to walk you through right now. And again, I do have more in-depth tutorials on how I've built these things out. But right now, this is a showcase and a demo to show you exactly how to do it. But if you want really a step-by-step broken down guide, then you can find that inside my school community. So we've got DeepSeek Master over here. It's triggered. This is going to be like the brain of the AI agent. And there's two ways that it can be triggered. One is if the customer sends in a response via SMS. So anytime a response comes in as an SMS, we're going to trigger the brain. And the second time is that if DeepSeek has produced a response. So it's either the customer sends a response in or DeepSeek's response is ready. Those are the only two times the brain is going to function, incoming or outgoing. So now once it gets triggered, it's going to check which trigger launched this. Was it a response that came in from the customer, or is it DeepSeek having something to go out? And based on that, we have two different paths that we're going to go to. So if the customer sent us a response, then it's going to go down this branch, and then we're going to send the customer's reply, basically whatever the customer said to us. We want to capture that message and send it to DeepSeek. And the way that we're going to do that is through a webhook. So you can always just do plus, search webhook, and then inside make.com you get your webhook URL. That's just like the destination where you want to send the message, and then that gets sent out. So you put your URL there. I'm going to show you that in a second. The other way is that if DeepSeek has a response ready for us, then we're going to go down this branch. We're going to wait, a few seconds to seem human. Then we're going to send DeepSeek's response as an SMS. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. Either we get the message we need to respond to, or we have the response and we send that out to the customer via SMS. Very simple. Now I'm going to jump into the DeepSeek bot inside make.com. So this is the webhook, meaning that the output of this DeepSeek over here is going to get sent over here. So I've got the address right there, which matches the address that I've put over here, meaning that the response gets sent to Make receives it, and now Make is like, okay, I've got the message that the user told me, what do I do with it? Then what we're going to do is send it to Groq, because obviously we're using Groq as a proxy to access DeepSeek. So inside Groq, you pick the model that you want. I chose DeepSeek, obviously. This is the message body, and then for the assistant, I just gave it, random prompt about being a restaurant staff member, right? And then there's actually a very tricky nuance to this, which I'm going to show you. But then you've got different parameters that you can update here if you want. But very simple to using ChatGPT, for example. So I don't want to go into too much detail here. It works the exact same way as any other LLM. And then once we get to go high level, so basically we get the message from the customer, Groq receives it and then uses DeepSeek to generate a response for us. And then using that response, we want to send that back to go high level so we can then send it to the customer. And then how do we find which customers to send it to? We put the custom fields from the webhook, their phone number just to match that, so it's sending it back to the right person. Then here under DeepSeek response, this is a custom field that I made to store the response from the output of DeepSeek. And that is the same variable that, once we receive that update from make.com into that custom field, once that custom field gets updated, has changed implies that a response has arrived, hence triggers the DeepSeek master brain, hence sends out the response via SMS. So I hope you can kind of see how that's working, where the output over here triggers the brain over here and sends the SMS over here. So it's like, that's really how the loop works. And this is a continuous cycle, because once we send this SMS, the customer is likely to respond again. Then it's going to go down here and then go to ChatGPT and then, then go to DeepSeek and then generate a response and come back here. So that's how the loop works. So it's really simple, but it's also really, really powerful. Anyway, the nuance that I wanted to share with you is that when DeepSeek outputs a response, for some reason, what I noticed is that it includes its entire thought process on the back end, where it's like, okay, so the message body says this, I'm going to use my prompt like this and generate a response like this. Like, it gave me a whole essay about what the actual output was for some reason, and then included the output. So it includes its thinking, which is really weird. And I spent all night yesterday, literally all night, coming up with this function right here to remove all of its thoughts and its thinking to only have its output. And like a bunch of different trial and error for me to come up with this, but eventually I got it. And I obviously didn't do this alone. I'll show you how I came up with this. But basically, I was going deep into ChatGPT, coming up with all of these different outputs about exactly how we can get rid of its thinking. And I tried a bunch of different stuff. I was basically going back and forth with ChatGPT all day, but just know that you might face that issue. And I think I have come up with a solution for it. So if you need this specific code, then you can get access to this. I'm going to throw it into the school community, and then you can get it inside there. But this is probably the most powerful thing that you can use. Okay, cool. So response is generated, gets sent to the DeepSeek variable, and then updates this, and then boom, we're good to go. I think now I just want to show it to you in action and probably make the most sense. So I'm going to grab my phone, and I'm going to send it a text message to the number. Cool, I just said hello. And now we can see, so we can see that it just successfully ran. So it outputted this message, which came from our DeepSeek response. So I can say, so now I'm going to say, what are your specials? And again, this is a very random example. I just picked like a restaurant prompt, but you can put any prompt that you want in there. The context window is very large, it's very fast, and it's a very cheap model. So if you're doing this at scale and volume, then compared to ChatGPT, it's much cheaper. Like you can see, that was actually very quick. So this make operation, it's running very quickly, it's coming, it's sending it out. And this is with my wait step as well, meaning that, I wanted it to be a bit slower to act more human. So you can see here, our specials today include the grilled salmon, herb butter, seasoned. So it's basically just, using all of these, comes up with a response. And now you can do that for basically any niche. You can build a chatbot that can respond to any lead about any prompt that you have. And I'm going to make more tutorials and use cases and case studies on how we can really maximize DeepSeek to take advantage of it the best that we can. So now that was a broad overview on how you connect DeepSeek to Make.com, and you can use that for so many different examples. And if you do want to learn more about exactly how we set all these up, then you can head over to my school community at school.com/automate. I recommend that you go to level 3 as well. We have a whole section on AI agents, how to build them up, how to use them, and how to also incorporate memory as well, which is very important. And then you can also, just message me directly in there anytime you have, post any wins. It's a very vibrant, engaging community, so I'd love to have you in there. But DeepSeek is super exciting. There's a lot of money that we can make, and I hope you take advantage of it. And I'll see you in the next one.